How are you currently tracking your service calls and related activities? Are you keeping any records of when the calls come in, or when the problem gets resolved, or who's responsible to take care of the problem? Do you have a mechanism to look up your prior service history on your accounts? Many of the companies we work with have no formal way of tracking or reviewing their service history and manage their service on a case-by-case basis, have issues with items falling through the cracks due to the typical integrator's busy schedule and lack of a formal service department. Zoho CRM gives you the ability to track incoming service calls, assign them to a particular staff member, and track the progress. It also gives you the ability to look up the service history for your entire company or just on a specific account. It's an excellent way to keep your customers happy by making sure service calls don't slip through the cracks. Let's start out by creating a case for a service call. So our customer Robbie Smith's called in with an issue with the system we installed at his vacation home in California. So in Zoho, let's go ahead and search for Robbie and pull up his account. So I find Robbie and Marie Smith's account. And since Robbie was the one who called in, I'll go ahead and click on his contact record here. So I'm on the contact details for Robbie Smith. Now that I'm here, we want to go ahead and create a new case for Robbie. So I'm going to scroll down, and I can see under cases that looks like he had some kind of an issue where his speaker stopped working, but I can see the status is closed. So that's okay. So it must be a new case, some other problem he's having. So he called in to say that the TV in the master bedroom was no longer working. So we can name a subject here. Master bedroom TV not working. I'll leave myself as the case owner. The status, we want to go ahead and call this, maybe it's a new, maybe it's escalated. If this is his vacation home and he just got there on vacation and it's really important that be able to use the system, maybe we go ahead and escalate that. And what we want to do, case origin, call came in on the phone, type is a service. You can see here I have service, sales, technical support, and other. These are just 4 examples of what you can use here for the type of cases that you have. Case reason, we could say it's a technical issue with the equipment. It has nothing to do with the programming, it's something to do with the equipment, and the priority is urgent. Now here under the description I can give some information about what Robbie said to me over the phone. He said the TV will not power on with the universal remote we programmed or with the factory remote. It is plugged in. I asked him to check, but it's just not responding. So we got to send somebody out there to check it out. Okay, so we've got our description there. Now we can go ahead and hit save. And my case has been added here. So now that you've seen how a case can be created, let's take a little closer look at the case dashboard. Now, just like we can with other areas in Zoho, we can look at our company's cases using views. So I might have different views here, like open cases, escalated cases. I can see, okay, it looks like we've got only one escalated case for Robbie Smith that we just created. I can see cases that are assigned to me using the My Cases view. I can see any that are closed if I want to look at which ones have been resolved, that type of thing. And again, the views can be customized to give you whatever type of information that you want to see. So this is a really useful way to keep an eye on your service department. And taking it a step further, what I can do is if I come here to my home page dashboard, you can see I have various components here on my home page dashboard. Now if you're really concerned with keeping up on service, maybe your project manager or somebody who's kind of tasked with keeping an eye on the service, we can have a module here on our dashboard on the home page for open cases. And this is going to show me case origin, priority, case owner, subject related to. And the really cool thing about this is it's hot linked, so if I want to go directly to the details about something, I can see, there's an urgent case. I can go right to the details and find out what's going on. I can look to see if anything's happened. I can see that it's assigned, in this case, to me, but if it were assigned to somebody else, I could give them a call and make sure that they were taking care of Mr. Smith. So that's one other way that we can take a look at and keep tabs on the service as we've gone ahead and populated it into the system. So implementing the case management system in Zoho is a really easy way to gain so much more insight into your business's operations. At the very least, you're building a searchable service history for each one of these customers. And I think any of us can imagine how useful that's going to be over time. Having a chronological service history for every one of my accounts. Now I can see how many times we've had to go out there, which devices we've been servicing. Have a lot of the service calls out there been user error, or is it really coming down to hardware failure or whatnot, or maybe is it a mixture of both? But we can get it right down to the customer level service history, but I can also see my entire company's service history over the course of a month, over the course of a year, over the course of a quarter. We can start to keep track of these types of things by entering this data in here. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is a teaser for a Zoho feature that will help you take your case management to a whole new level. Automating workflows within Zoho allows you to have tasks, events, or emails automatically created whenever a specific rule that you defined is met. So you create a workflow rule which defines a specific criteria. For example, if I create a new case in the system where the status becomes escalated or the priority is urgent, I can have a specific email template be sent to someone in the company whenever that event occurs. So it could be a email that goes to the responsible party, to case owner. And if I want to change the case owner so that it's someone else, we could go ahead and do that. And then Joe Salesman would get the email when the priority became urgent, right? I could also CC maybe the owner of the company or someone else, the project manager or something, with that as well. But what the idea is that I can define a rule. If some sort of a scenario occurs, then I can have a specific email. I can also create specific tasks to go along with it. We're going to cover workflows in more detail in a subsequent video using the service case management system as an example.